everybody to tonight's nationwide webinar. My name is John Roper. I'm going to be hosting everything tonight. And if it's your first time taking a look at the information we're going to share with you, I want to welcome you. Maybe it's your second time, definitely welcome you. If it's your 15th time, I welcome you. Everybody, I welcome you. We're going to be brief. We're going to have a good time here, but we're going to cover some incredible information here. And, you know, as we get into stuff, I really just want to put you kind of in imagination mode for, so to speak right now. And I want you to think for a moment with me. I want you to think about the fact that right now, if we can look all around the country, around the world, and think about this fact. Right now, there's somebody who's cooking a meal. There's somebody turning on a light switch. There's somebody who's posting something online, surfing the internet. There's people that are watching TV. There's people swiping credit cards. There's definitely people using their phones. Some of you right now viewing this information. See, these are things that what I'm talking about are services that we all use every single day. And we use them every day because they become a fabric of our society and who we are and what we do. And they're essentially things that we really can't live without. So when you look at how essential those things have become to our everyday life, I want you to think about this. Imagine you could get paid on services like things I just mentioned. See, what's happened traditionally is that you look at those industries and the service providers, they're some of the most sought after companies that are out there because we're talking about trillion-dollar industries. But now what has happened is that we have the ability to put ourselves in a position and get paid the same exact way these multi-billion-dollar companies do, but you and I can do it as individuals. And ACN is a company that's making that possible. Now, before I dive into the information, I'm going to explain to you who ACN is and what exactly we're doing. It's only fair if I share a little bit about my background. See, some of you may have heard that I've been fortunate, my wife and I, to build a traditional business. And if you haven't heard that, now you have. We've built a multi-million-dollar company here in Phoenix, Arizona. We're both from New York originally. But what I can tell you is that if you're a business owner taking a look at this, you know the adage that sometimes it's not that you own the business, it's that the business owns you. And as a traditional business owner, you understand the aspects of the overhead, the exposure, and the headaches that can come being a traditional business owner. But there's also the whole aspect, something I've always looked at is that when do I get to take my foot off the gas pedal? That's one of the big things as a business owner is that when can I stop doing what I'm doing and maintain the lifestyle? The other thing is, can I pass this on to my family after I go? And so those are two things that have stuck out to me. Now, if you've never owned your own business, I'm going to take you back in my life because before I owned my own business, trust me, I was somebody that you would have looked at and said, this person has no business being in business. See, I grew up with a very traditional upbringing, and I was taught that I was supposed to go to school and get good grades and get into college and get my degree. And with my degree, I could get a good job. And if I worked hard there, someday my boss would reward me. Now, I came out of college. The reality is I kind of skipped the good grades part in some classes. That's just a reality for me. But I came out of college with a teaching degree. But like so many people, I found myself working in a field that had absolutely nothing to do with my degree. I found myself in the restaurant business working as a bartender after college. And it was great. I enjoyed it. I was working a job. It paid the bills. But the reality was that I knew that that job was never going to get me where I really wanted to go in life. And so I remember when I got offered an opportunity for promotion. I remember very distinctly because I thought that I had finally arrived in my career. And I was offered a position to run a bar, restaurant, and catering company outside of Manhattan. And the reason I was so excited about this promotion is it came with these two powerful things that were powerful to me at that point in my life. I was finally going to work in a position where I got a salary with benefits. That excited me until I realized that that salary meant that I was going to work 3 times as much. And in reality, I made less money. So I don't know if you've ever felt overworked and underpaid in your career, but that's where I found myself and I was frustrated. And so if you're that business owner or you're somebody that's never owned a business, maybe you've aspired to, I want you to know I understand exactly what that is. I've walked that path. And when I took a look at this information, It made all the sense in the world to me and got me so excited about the possibilities of what could happen in my life. And it's been an unbelievable ride. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And we'll share some phenomenal information with you here as we go through stuff. Now, as you can see here, the name of our company, as I mentioned, is ACN. You can go to acn.com if you'd like to find out some more information. But at the core of who we are, we're a customer service, a customer acquisition company. We started back in January of 1993 right here in the United States. We've grown to be in 27 different countries on 5 continents. We've done over $4 billion of revenue in the last few years alone, and we've acquired millions of customers around the world. This is all added up to make us the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services. Now with ACN, you've got the opportunity to offer an incredible suite of services. Things like wireless phone service, high-speed internet, bundled services, television service, energy, security and automation, credit card processing, and identity theft protection. See, these are all essential services to individuals and businesses. And when you look at identity theft protection, that has become an essential service because as consumers, some of the greatest threats that we face today are data breaches and cybercrime. Over 145 million personal records, they were exposed or stolen last year alone. And you've got 85% of American families that have no identity theft protection. So our product ID Seal offers industry-leading monitoring, alerts, and restoration services. We're positioned ahead of the curve of growth in that. Well, what's incredible about what ACN has done is they've partnered these services with the ability for us to build a business, but also to do good at the same time. Every single time somebody becomes a customer on one of ACN's services, a child in need has a meal provided for them. Childhood hunger is a huge problem right here in North America, and we provided millions and millions of meals to children in need through our initiative with Project Feeding Kids and Feeding America. Now, our business model is really, really simple. What we've done is we've gone a different path from the traditional service providers. See, most service providers, what they're doing is they're spending millions of dollars through media advertising, internet marketing to acquire customers. What ACN does is they go through us instead. And what this does is puts us in a position to offer better value to a customer, but it also puts ACN in a position to offer us an incredibly lucrative business opportunity. So for somebody who wants to start and build a business with us, they have the ability to become an independent business owner with ACN. Now, what's incredible about that is that ACN does that, and they provide this for us for a one-time startup cost of only $199 and $25 a month in a business support fee. What ACN will do is they'll provide for you your own personalized website that they host and update daily. They're going to take care of all the online marketing tools. They're going to take care of all the business tracking, reporting, and all the customer service. All we have to do is direct people to our online storefront and help people, assist people in signing up for services that everybody we know is going to use anyway. And ACN will compensate us for that. And for any customers who require additional assistance, what's incredible is that ACN has all people in place to assist them with any additional ordering assistance that's needed. So what you get for that $199 is you get your own online business that operates in all 27 countries, any future countries, and all the services that we market. Now, how do you make money is the key thing here. See, you're in business for yourself, so of course you want to make money. Well, one of the first ways you're going to be able to make money is through your personal monthly customer bonuses. Now, these are bonuses based on that they're available to you in your first 30 days and then every month thereafter. And these are bonuses that get paid out weekly based on you going out and acquiring a certain number of customers. So for example, you can acquire 3 services in a month and ACN is going to pay you a $75 bonus. But just add on 2 more services, get 5 services signed up on any of the services that ACN offers, and you'll pick up an additional $200. Now, beyond that, you can see that it goes to every additional 3 services is another $200. So for example, 8 services will pay you $400. 11 services, you'll have a total of $600. Now, what's great about this is a few things. Number one, you can be your own customer. Now, that was exciting to me because I could get paid on a bill that I was going to pay anyway. The next thing is that a customer could sign up for multiple services. And the best part is that there is no limit to how many customers you can have. But that's just the first way you get paid. The second way you're going to be able to earn an income is through a personal residual income. Now, this is where ACN will not just pay you a one-time upfront bonus for the acquisition of a customer. They'll also pay you ongoing, month after month, year after year, a percentage of the commissionable revenue of that customer for as long as they remain an ACN customer. So you can make from 3% up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of all the customers that you personally sign up on any of the ACN services. Now, this got me really excited because this just simply said that you could do the work one time and you could get paid over and over and over and over again for that one-time effort. And it was all revolving around services that everybody we know is already using and paying for, and everybody we know will continue to use and pay for anyway. That was incredible. But what happens whenever I share this information with people is right about now, you are probably thinking of one or two or maybe more people who you think they would love something like this. They'd be great. What's exciting is that ACN won't just pay us on the efforts of what we do. They also give us the opportunity to pick up overriding income. And what I mean by that is that you can introduce this business to other people, and you can not only get paid on the customers you personally sign up, you can get paid off the customers that other people are signing up as well. So let's take a look at how that works. The first way in overriding income that you can earn an income is through customer acquisition bonuses or CABs. So these are overriding CABs. Now, the way these work is that every single time somebody new joins your team, when we help them get their first few customers, a customer acquisition bonus from $50 up to $300 will be paid out to you for helping them acquire their first few customers. That's pretty exciting, but that's just scratching the surface, because the last way that you'll be able to earn an income is an overriding residual income. See, just like you have the opportunity to earn up to 20% and you earn personal bonuses on your personal customers, so do the people that join your team. But what happens is that because they're part of your team, you'll earn an overriding bonus on the commissionable revenue of all their customers. An overriding residual income on the commissionable revenue of their customers of 4%. So they're acquiring the customers and you're picking up a percentage for helping them. This is really exciting. See, I don't know if you've ever felt so busy that you sit there and go, man, what can I do if I could just duplicate myself? And when you build a team like this, what happens is that you start to incorporate leverage into your life and into your income. Just imagine what could take place if there were 10 of you doing what you do. What if there were 100 of you doing what you do? How much more could you get done in your life and in your career if you were working with a team of people collectively? This is just absolutely genius what ACN has put in place for us. And what's incredible is that as we build our business, ACN has put earn positions in place to help us earn more money as we develop a business. Everybody, when they start as an IBO or independent business owner, your first goal is going to be to become a CQ or customer qualified. And then after that, to reach the position of ETL or executive team leader and move all the way up to SVP or senior vice president. Now, as you move through our compensation plan, what's nice is that you're going to be able to pick up increased customer acquisition bonuses, increased residual income, as well as incentive trips that ACN provides for us. See, all of the promotions within our company and all the income, these are reached based on acquiring a number of personal customers or team customers. So what ACN has put in place is absolutely incredible. Now, like I said, I don't know if you've ever thought about owning a business, if you've thought about how much more could you get done, but I want you to think for yourself. Could residual income enhance your life? Could residual income would that be able to do something where you would be able to do something more substantial with your life and with your time if you were doing something like ACN? Now, at this point, anytime I share this information, you would definitely fall into one of three categories. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again here, because what happens here is that anytime I look at this information, it's really, really simple. And you could definitely tell, if you can't tell yet, I'm not the most business savvy person in the world. You'll meet some incredible and phenomenal individuals, but here's what's incredible is that this business is simple. So what are the next steps? Well, if you're looking at this and you say, hey, you know what, it's not for me, there's going to be a small percentage of you right now, maybe 10% or so, that you're looking at and you're saying, it's just not for me. If that's you, thank you for your time. And you can reach out to the person who invited you to tonight's webinar and say you'd like to try one or more of the services. And if we could offer you a better value and you could support them in their business, that'd be fantastic. The next two categories of people are people that's going to be the bulk of you by far, if not all of you. Second category, or the type B person, you're looking at this and say, I'd like to know more about the ACN opportunity. You have some questions and you want to get those answered. And we definitely want to get those answered for you. The third type of person said, I'm ready to get started. This just makes sense. It's a very simple business. I can get paid on bills that everybody's going to pay anyway. Okay, let's go. I'll figure it out as I go. And that was kind of me when I saw this information. I didn't know how to do it, but I knew that the information made sense. And I said, well, if there's people that have a vested interest in helping me succeed, then I'm going to go ahead and plug in. So what I like to do, if you're in that B or C category, I'm going to share just another 5 to 10 minutes of information with you so that you know exactly what to do. And I'm going to give you some basic information here about how you can start putting yourself in the position to leverage yourself and developing a business right from your home where you're sitting right now. And I'm assuming that you're sitting at home right now. So here's 4 simple steps to getting started. I'm going to introduce you to just 4 steps to success. Now, the first step is simple. You got to enroll as an IBO. This would be one of the first things you do. You enroll yourself as an IBO. You can go to acn.com. You can get started. Whoever invited you to this webinar, they'll walk you through exactly how to do that. And once you do that, you'll activate your online store. This will take you about 10 minutes to do. It's very, very simple to accomplish. Very, very simple. So you do that. Now you're in a position, you've now started your own business. You're operable in 27 different countries around the world. Congratulations for that. The next step will be sign up 5 services to earn your $200. See, when you sign up your first 5 services, you're going to pick up your first $200 bonus. And you see on the left there the different services that we have. Now, here's what's exciting. I mentioned it before. You can be your own customer. I recommend it. You're not required to be, but for me, that was just common sense. If I'm paying a bill anyway, and I can now get paid on that bill, I want a piece of that action. So I want that. Now, what's really nice is there's an April promotion. Now this is going to end tomorrow night at midnight. And so anybody who becomes a customer with Vivint Home Security, here's what happens. A customer is going to get the benefit of they can buy one camera. This could be a doorbell camera, an indoor, outdoor camera. It could be any number one of those, but they buy one, they're going to get one for free. So that's a $250 value right there. But as the IBO, here's what happens for you. You get a $300 bonus for every customer that you acquire on Vivint Home Security. And if I didn't mention it before, which I know I did, you can be your own customer. So you can, through picking up these first 5 services, not only earn $200, if you want to be a Vivint customer for yourself, you can pick up an additional $300 and have $500 coming back in your first week. That's really nice to be a position to be in. And I can tell you from a business owner standpoint, I would love to have 2.5 times my investment coming back in 1 week. That would be phenomenal. So that's what ACN has the ability to do. Now we'll work with you and walk you through how to sign up any of these services. Whoever you're working with, they'll do this, but you want to set a goal to get these first 5 services knocked out really quickly. Think about this. You get 5 services signed up. In the next hour, you could get this done and you could have this money coming back. Now, for my wife and I, we've got 6 or 7 services right here in our own home. We've got our cell phones. We have Vivint Home Security. We each have identity theft protection. And we have TV service. So we've got a lot of services that are right here in our own home, at least 6, and we would be able to qualify for this. So maybe you're in a position just like us, and you could do these first 5 services without leaving the mirror. If you do need to talk to anybody outside of yourself, we'll help you with that, and we'll help you get those first few customers. But the third step here, again, it's going to stay simple, you're going to see, is start building your team. Now, to start building your team, one of the first things you want to do is make a list. And you want to make a list of anyone that you can think of. Ask yourself the question, who do I know? Who do I like? Who do I trust? And what I encourage you is that this is not a list in your cell phone, right? Make an actual list, pen to paper. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one is that as you're writing down people's names, what's going to happen is that you're going to write down one person's name, and it's going to make you think of one or two or three other names that maybe they're not in your phone, maybe you wouldn't have otherwise thought of. The other thing comes from a business tracking standpoint. See, if there's an old adage that's out of sight, out of mind. And the reason why we encourage people not just to work out of their phone is because if you have a tangible list in front of you, you can then track your business very easily, and we'll be able to monitor and look at who have you spoken to, who have we done, who have we approached about our business or being a customer, and it becomes very simple. What I'm giving you right here is a very simple recipe to building a business. Now, and from my restaurant background in the catering business, what I can tell you is that if we provided a recipe to somebody, but they'd left out some of the ingredients, the finished product isn't going to be the same. So I very strongly am encouraging you, put pen to paper and make a physical list. You're going to be far more effective in what you do by doing that. So don't think that that's not an important step. As you make that list, I encourage, don't prejudge anybody. Don't prejudge anybody. If their name pops in their head, I want you to write them down, because all we're going to do is share this information with them. We're going to allow adults to make adult decisions. It's really that simple. Now, what I want you to do then is schedule your own Zoom meeting just like this. So you've got a Zoom account, you're on here, you can schedule your own Zoom meeting. And what's great about this is that you're not going to be the one who has to present and share this information. We're going to do that for you. We're going to come on, you're going to be working with somebody who's going to explain this information for you when you're new. All you have to do is invite, invite, and invite. And I'm going to touch on exactly how to do that in a moment. And I want you to remember, as we go through this, all we're doing is we're sorting. We are 100% in the sorting business. And what do I mean by that? As you talk to people, inevitably, there's going to be some people who you talk to who they're going to say, this is great. I love it. You want to spend 80 to 90% of your time with those people. There's going to be 10 to 20% of people, or some percentage of people, that they're going to look at this and they're going to have a ton of questions, and that's okay. But I want you to only spend 10 to 20% of your time with them. And then there's going to be people that they're just negative. Maybe they're just cynical. And that's okay. I've never seen a statue erected to a cynic or a critic. If you encounter those people, or I should say when you encounter those people, because we all do, they're out there, they walk among us, don't spend any time with them. My mentality is simply this: if I have to try to convince somebody that it's a good idea to get paid on bills that they're going to pay anyway, including their own, they're not the person I'm looking for. We're looking for ambitious, hungry people who have a vision for their life that's bigger than what they have right now, and are willing to lock arms with us to allow us to help to go build it. And it's as simple as that. So here's how you can invite some people, and you could take a screenshot of this, or you can take a picture if you're viewing on your computer. And I want you to personalize these to yourself, and whoever you're working with, you can practice a little bit before you do this. Whether you make a phone call or sending a text, here's some simple scripts that you can use. So for your peers, what you can do is use the script that you see on your left. It says, hey, Joe, I found a solution. I need something. I needed something to help me during this crazy time. So I'm now working from home and I need some referrals. I would love for you to see what I'm doing. Can I count on your support to jump on my Zoom meeting at whatever day and time you're going to do it? Now, there may be people that you look up to. Maybe they've had a lot of success in their career and in their life. Now, for them, you'll use a slightly different approach. You might say, hey, Amy, since you're the most influential and business savvy person I know, would you do me a huge favor, take 10 minutes to look at something for me? I'm trying to grow my business. I would really appreciate your opinion. Just ask them for their opinion. So here's the great thing, folks. Again, these are just ingredients to the recipe that's been working for more than a quarter century. You don't have to sit there and change it or anything like that. Just tweak it to your personality, but keep the context the same, and practice this and work with whoever invited you to this call, this webinar, to get this, and we'll work with you to help you have success. Important thing to remember is that if somebody has questions for you, you're not in the question answering business. You're just in the inviting business right now. You're brand new, just invite people. And if they have questions, say, I really would love you to see this the same way that I saw it. So would you just please share 10, 15 minutes to take a look at the information? As simple as that. Now, if you're looking at this and say, I'm ready to get started, I'm already thinking of people that I'd like to share this with. Well, in about 90 minutes, you can get on another Zoom webinar where one of the top senior vice presidents and Circle of Champions member within ACN will be sharing a presentation very similar to this. And if you have somebody you want to share this information with, I'm going to beg of you, don't explain it because you're only in the inviting mode right now. So just invite them, and you could have at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific tonight in 90 minutes, you can go ahead and share this information with them by inviting them to get on this Zoom webinar that's going to be happening in 90 minutes. So maybe you have people in your mind right now, and you could go, once we're done in the next few minutes, to invite 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people to go to see this information in the next 90 minutes. And you could get off to a run and start. But there's also individuals that you're not going to be able to get a hold of tonight. And what's nice is that tomorrow we've got an unbelievable opportunity. A regional vice president, regional vice presidents Jim and Stacy Lambright out of the Ohio marketplace, they are going to be sharing information like this at noon and at the same exact time at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so I'm sitting there trying to do the hours calculation in my head right there. So noon and 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. You see the links right there, the same passcode that you use tonight, 1099. You can invite people to that. Now, here's what I would encourage you. If you're going to have people get on tomorrow night, I encourage you to have your own Zoom meeting tomorrow before that. Maybe it'll be at 6 o'clock Eastern time. You can invite people to your own personal Zoom, and then they can jump on this to see it for a second time with Mr. Lambright. Now, what's incredible about Mr. Lambright is that him and his wife built a powerhouse. I mean, they're just a power couple. They built this powerhouse real estate business in the Ohio marketplace. Very, very successful individuals. They took a look at this information, and it was an absolute no-brainer. And if you've ever met people who, when you speak to them or you meet them, they kind of, their energy just sucks the life out of you. Well, I'll tell you right now, this is the opposite end of that spectrum. Jim Lambright is somebody who you will just feel his energy and his passion come right through the computer at you. You will be absolutely inspired hearing him. But what is the next step after that? Well, the fourth step is the training. See, folks, the fourth step to your success is going to be getting trained, learning the how-tos of our business. I've just scratched the surface right here. But this Saturday, we've got an unbelievable lineup of individuals who are going to lay out a roadmap for you. We're going to teach you, how do you get customers outside of yourself? How do you build a team around the world? How do you build a massive business? And what I'm going to tell you is that I am so blown away by the lineup of individuals that you see right here. We have Regional Vice President Megan and Ryan Williams there on the left, Jim and Stacy Lambright, who I just mentioned. And you know, when you look at the Williams, former police officer and former teacher. Then you have third from the left there, you've got Mr. Daniel Dimitrov, who started in this business at the age of 18 and is a regional vice president today. He had no business background, no career background, in fact, and was able to go out and become a regional vice president. And then you have senior vice presidents, Jim and Martha Hun. Look, they are unbelievable. Miss Martha Hun was in the nursing profession. Jim Hun, former Army Ranger, and as well as being in the contracting business and home remodeling. So you've got an incredible lineup of individuals that are going to pour out to you and anybody you invite this Saturday. So you can take a picture of this. The website there is the svpsystem.business. The password is going to be the same that you see right there. But folks, here would be your game plan. If I could share one thing with you, what would the game plan be? You have from now until Saturday, 4 days. In the next 90 minutes, you can go get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people on the line to hear from senior vice presidents about this information, and they'll see what you just saw. You have Mr. Jim Lambright tomorrow night and tomorrow at noon that you can get in front of this information. And come this Saturday, you can already have a team that is growing with you in your business without ever having left your home. And everybody can be getting trained by a superstar lineup in ACN. And you can be launching your own global business without ever having left your living room, dining room, wherever it is that you want to work from, whichever room in your house. So folks, I want to thank you for sharing this time with us tonight. I want to thank you for your attention to this. And if you're somewhere that, that you know somebody or anybody that is dealing with some serious issues with this pandemic, our heart goes out to you. We definitely want to help people. And I know that we're meeting people all the time who financially are getting hurt. You know, there's the health aspects of what's going on, but financially, there's a lot of people hurting. And I can tell you that right now, we've got an incredible opportunity to help some people and throw a lifeline to some individuals. So I look forward to you having success. Get back to the person who invited you to tonight's webinar. Let them know which group you're in. You want to try out a service, you have some questions, or you're ready to get started. And we look forward to hearing your story in the next 30 days about the success you're having. Everybody have a great night. God bless.